Have you ever had an intuition where you felt something or you thought something that you shouldn't do it, but you do it anyway? Well, that happened to me. I got a call from my best friend. It was her friend's birthday. They went to go out, and I had this thought, my intuition, and was thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't go out because I had the funeral the next day. Maybe I should just chill. But I ignored it and I went anyway. So we went out, had fun, had a good time. I dropped my best friend off and I was dropping her friend home. Then on the way, bang, car crash. Car hit into the driver's side of me, and I was in shock because I was in a courtesy car and I had literally just walked away with my life about a week and a half before that. When the police arrived, I was sitting in the ambulance. They asked me to come out of the ambulance and do a breath test. They said if I didn't do it properly 3 times, then I'd be arrested. I didn't breathe hard enough 3 times, so I was arrested in a front stack, which is when you're deemed not dangerous. So we're standing here, and the police car is parked on the right-hand side of the road, and they put the cuffs on. It was an older female officer and two younger officers, male and female. It seemed a bit like had an arrogant air about them and quite eager on the job, like they were new to the force. I don't really know, but that's how it came across. So the young female pulled the cuffs and it was digging into my wrists. And I said to her, oh, you're hurting me. And she carried on pulling them. And I said, look, I'm not a dog. You don't need to pull my wrist like that. By the time I could get that sentence out of my mouth, I was picked up by my elbows and pulled by the cuffs and pulled to the other side of the road, which didn't make sense to me because why didn't they just bring me straight to the car? So the male officer then starts crushing, like pushing his body weight onto my ribs, so crushing me into the railings. So my hands are cuffed and he's really crushing me. And I'm saying, look, you're hurting me. I can't breathe. He doesn't know if I've had any internal injuries, if I'm pregnant. He didn't know anything. I then end up on the floor, face down, looking at my hands. I'm laying on the floor, looking at my hands. Officer sitting in my back and officer holding my legs. And then I think of two family members, Brian Douglas and Horace Walker, who both were killed in police custody. And in that moment, I just felt this sort of inner strength inside me. And I said, you know what? I am not dying out here tonight. They are not killing me. So they then called for backup, and so vans and dogs and cars. And I was scared. I didn't want to get in that van because I thought if that's what they could do to me in, view of everyone, then what's going to happen when I get in a van? So I pulled and pulled and pushed and prodded, and I had some of my hair, chunk of my hair pulled out. They eventually got me into the van. I had two male officers laying over my body. I had one laying across my legs and another officer laying across my ribs. And then a lady officer sitting by my head. So I'm laying flat on the floor with two male officers on me and laying down. And then the lady grabs me in my throat and she digs her nails into me, into my windpipe. And I just think to myself, like, why are you doing this? I'm cuffed on the floor. I get to the police station and they strap my legs together, carrying me out like a pig on a spit roast. So I'm carried in the air, legs strapped together, handcuffed. They bring me to the custody suite and start asking me my name. And I'm just like, I'm not telling you my name until I see medical attention. They put me down on the floor and then they arrest me with my hands behind my back and sort of leave me on the floor. And I'd say to them, look, I need to see medical attention, that I'm in pain, They finally let me see the doctor. So as I'm talking to the doctor, the same officer who was at the scene, who dug me in my throat in the van, was standing by the door, listening to me talk to the doctor, telling her what they have done to me. So I was like, I don't really want to talk while she's standing there listening. I don't even know if that was even legal. The doctor asked her to go to me from the door and close the door, but the doctor didn't really do anything anyway. She wasn't really helpful. She's probably seen it untold times before. Left from the doctor and had to go into another room to have my DNA taken by the same lady who dug me in my throat. And in that moment, I just wanted to kill her. Actually, I did. I wanted to tear her to pieces. And I wasn't cuffed anymore. However, I was locked in a police station. So if I was to fight this woman or really hurt her the way I really wanted to, um, I probably would have ended up dead. So I had to think about my survival, getting out of here alive. So I had to refrain from the rage that I was really feeling inside me. Um, I was in the cell for 12 hours. In that time, I was laying there thinking, this was meant to be like a really fun night out. And I end up here in a cell, battered and bruised, mentally, spiritually, physically broken, a mother and a daughter that potentially could have been not come back. Yeah. And then the thought comes back to me. That thought that I should have listened to comes back to me, and I think, why didn't I listen to myself? I then get taken out of the cell and then I get charged. I'm being charged with assaulting two police officers. So I've been treated like an animal, battered, and then I'm being charged. Get taken to court, and I get a community service and a fine and a criminal record. And I appeal the case, and I get back the same fine and community service. Then my line of work is working with young people and young adults. So I have to do DBS, which is like a police check to see if you have any criminal records or if you should work with vulnerable people or children. And now I have to declare that I have a criminal record for not being a criminal, for being battered and bruised and assaulted. I now basically say I'm an example of a miscarriage of justice. And, I can provide them with a written statement on request. So long after the bruises have healed and the scars have gone, in order to just get on with my life, I have to continuously relive the trauma that I went through. So have you ever had a thought or a feeling that you should have listened to?